Hi, George here, and we're inside of Minecraft Bedrock. Right now I'm playing in 1.2015, and we'll be talking about farming, all things about farming. So you have just a few things set up right back there, and we'll expand that as we go here. Now, the first thing you need to know about farming, of course, is how do you plant anything? Real easy. Let's just switch our view around here. And basic, the first thing you want to do when you're just starting out with Minecraft is get some wheat. I have some wheat growing right over here. And just go over, find some grass. Click on the grass and you'll get some wheat seeds. Frequently, not all the time. I'll do this one at a time here. Notice that we're not getting any wheat seeds in there. But if you keep on going, you'll eventually get some more wheat seeds. And if you knock down enough grass, you'll get quite a few seeds. And as you grow your wheat, you'll get a lot more seeds. Plus, I'll show you an easy way a little later on how to get a lot more grass if you need to get more seeds that way. Let's now see how you plant this stuff. It's real easy. Just take a hoe. It can be anything you want. Stone hoe is just fine. Even a wood hoe works. Right-click on the grass. That opens up a little bit of farmland like that. And then simply right-click to plant your seeds. There we go. Now, seeds grow very slowly on just straight farmland like this. If you want it to grow faster, then you want to have some water associated with that. Now, the best place to make your farm is an area with a lot of grass like this, but you may be someplace where there are different materials. We have some right over here. Here's some mycelium, and actually have right here rooted dirt and coarse dirt. That's those two. Right here we have podzol, and then over here is a path. Now, you can't plant on any of these things, but you can easily convert these over into farmland. So we'll start over here right-hand side. The first one, of course, is grass. Just right-click on grass and it becomes farmland. Now, this is your basic path. You can get a path, in case you don't know this one, by taking a shovel and right-clicking, and that gives you a path. It's a real nice way to make your base area look a lot better. Right-click on a path, gives you farmland. This will work, though, on your other forms of dirt. There we go, right-clicking it. There we go. And worked out just fine. Now, on the rooted dirt, you're also going to be eating these hanging roots, which is kind of fun. You can use those elsewhere. So on these, what you need to do is to right-click with a shovel. That converts it into a path. And then right-click, and you have your farmland. So same thing over here. Right-click with a shovel, makes it a path. And then right-click with your hoe. And you can then plant your seeds right there. Very easy to do. Now, as you see over here, these are taking a long time to grow. That's because that farmland that isn't watered takes much longer to grow than farmland that is watered. This will work, but it will take its time to do that. So what you want is to have some water in here. And right over here, real standard basic way of setting up a farm. That's just to lay down a water trough and then make your farmland next to that and plant that. Regular farmland has this color, and if it's wet, it has this darker color in here. The gray spots stay the same, but the actual dirt part becomes darker. So it's easy to see if the ground has been watered or not. Now, a water source will work up to 4 blocks away. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks away. If I converted this over here into farmland, like that, those blocks will not get wet from this water source, but they're close enough to here that this may make them damp right in there. So we have another water source. But as you can see, it takes a lot of water to do this. This is 5 blocks here, so that's 5 buckets of water to get this thing filled up. You don't have to use that much water. There's a much easier way to do this, and that's taking your water bucket. There we go. And then right behind me there, I have a real basic layout which has water in the middle, and then 4 blocks away all around. So we have 4 blocks to that side here, 4 blocks diagonal, and so forth. And this one spot of water is going to fill all those 4 blocks. So you get a farmland here that's 9 blocks by 9 blocks in size. Easy to make this, just find a spot. Now I have my corners marked here with torches, so it's easy to see how far out those are. There we go. Open up one hole in the middle, right-click and place some water right there, and then take your hoe. And a simple way is just to work out diagonally. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 diagonal like that. Same thing over here. 4 diagonal. And down this side. There we go. And then the final side over here. And then simply connect those up. So just go straight across this direction here. Like that. Straight across here. You can see how the water is already saturating some of this farmland. Straight across this side. and then straight down this side. There we go. And then just fill in the rest of the spots and let that have a chance to get water into all those areas. And as they go dark, you're all set then. Now you can go ahead and plant before you have water in here. It'll work out just fine. It will still water that farmland even with seeds on top. So you can plant right away and then go ahead and allow it to dampen that whole area. So as you can see, pretty easy to go ahead and make this. Now one problem we can see right now, of course, is this hole in the middle. If I walk in here, I could fall in and have to walk back out again. That's just a bit of a hassle. But you can put things inside of here to make it easier so you're not always walking into a hole. And the things that work out the best for that, let me just make some space down here. Drop some things in. You can use any one of these that you like. It's up to you, personal preference. Stone block stairs are good. This is upside down, but it leaves a gap underneath. Let's just take this out of here. There we go. So the stairs, I have one spot down there in the kind of the bottom section that was still water. So it left water in the hole, and that still works. Another way is to come in here and put a slab on top. This looks real nice. A nice row of slabs works out very, very well. You can do that. Let's just get that out of the way. There it is. Get that slab. But I think a better look in here is to use either a lily pad like that. You can walk right across that. Here we go. Or, even more fun, just take some leaves. Put your leaves right here, and you get waterlogged leaves. And that just looks really nice. Now to get a leaf block like that, it's real simple. All you need are shears, and use shears on leaves, and you get the leaves as a leaf block. And I think that's the best of those different effects in your best look. Okay, so there's our basic setup. So having this as a watered farmland, this will help your crops grow much, much faster. But there are some more things that we can do to make this even better, and that's how you plant your crops. And over here, I just have one crop just planted in a big batch over here, and it grows okay. This is water ground, so it's going to be growing just fine, but it's a little bit slow, although we're getting pretty close here. If we go over here, these are still taking a long time. This ground is not watered. That is watered, so that's growing faster. But you can make this even faster by planting your crops in rows. Let's take a look at that. And let's grab some seeds here. And let's just grab some beetroot seeds in here. Here's some melon seeds. We'll be using those in just a little bit. Get that dirt out of the way. Our regular seeds, carrot, and potatoes. Okay, a real standard farm is to alternate rows of wheat and rows of potatoes. Those are both very good food source items. So we'll start off with our wheat seeds. And let's just lay down one row of wheat seeds. There we go. Get those in. And you skip a row, and then do another row of wheat seeds. Like that, and you do the same thing all the way down. Skip a row, and then another row of wheat. Skip a row, another row of wheat. Skip a row, and a final row of wheat. And just do those clear on down to the other side. You then alternate that with potatoes. Let's do one row of potatoes right in here. Like that, back up this side. There we go. And same thing, you just fill in those alternate rows with your potatoes. So what we get is every other row has wheat, and then every other row is potatoes. So we're alternating each row in here, and that will make your crops grow much faster. So right here we have a real nice setup, and it's going to be a very quick growing farm because of these basic things in here. Now, you may be wondering about daylight. Don't worry about daylight. You don't need to have daylight in here. As long as you're outside and you can see the sky above you, then your crops are going to be growing night or day. It doesn't matter which. Even if it's cloudy or rainy, it'll still grow just fine. Now, we can speed the growth process up, and there are a few ways of doing that. One way is to kind of automate the process by using bees. If we put some bees in here, if bees are flying over this, there are flowers around it, then the bees are going to be dropping pollen as they go back and forth between their hive or their nest. And that pollen is going to pollinate the plants, and that's going to speed up the plants a little bit. I think it's kind of fun to do anyway, so I always do this, but there's a faster way to get faster plant growth. Let's first set up our basic pollen setup. So I have our hole in the middle here, and then for this, what you want is a fence post. There we go. And I have a beehive made over here. So put a fence post right down there. Another one on top. This also solves the problem of falling into the water because obviously I can't fall in right now if there's a fence post in the way. And then take your beehive and put that right on top. So it's right in the middle like that. If you want to, you can dress that up, make it look like a scarecrow even. You know, you can have fun with that. But the basic idea is to have your beehive right in the middle of your garden. Now, you need to have flowers around this. So I have to get some flowers. And I have a few in here already. Let me just make a little bit of space in here. There we go. And we'll grab some flowers back over here. I also have a nice trick on getting flowers. Now, bees like a variety of flowers. So if you have different flowers, go ahead and grab different ones. It'll look nicer anyway. A bit more random on that. And just grab some of your flowers in here. There we go. And get some yellow ones back there just for variety's sake. Get that one and that one. And then some red ones up there. We'll grab those too. So I have a nice range of colors in here. A lot of flowers right here. This is real nice. A lot of variation. Okay, let's go back over to our farm. And we're going to be placing these flowers around the outside of the farm so that the bees have to fly over the crops in order to get to the flowers. And it makes a nice formal look in here. So just place your flowers right around like that. Let's just put a few of these down here. You don't have to go clear around. Just have a few around the different sides over here. I'll just put one right here and get a couple of these over here. If you want to go clear around, that's fine. Where's our red ones? There we go. Let's put down a couple of red flowers in here like that. And we'll finish off our yellows. So you want some flowers around your garden right in there. The bees will then go to that. Now we need to get some bees, of course, and you can bring bees to a new beehive or bee nest. And back over there, there's a bee nest in those trees, and I see a bee right now. So we can go over there and grab that. All you need to have is a lead, and this will work out for you. We're far enough away that the bee should not go back to that one. It should go over here and work on this one because it'll go to the closest nest or hive. Let's just wander way over here. And they're busy working away. So let's go ahead and grab one of these bees. Now what you want here is a lead, like I have right there. We can then grab one of those bees with that lead. There we go. Okay. All right, now we can take him back over to our new garden. He should follow along just fine. Let's just double check. There we go. And that's working. And come right back inside of our area in here. And they'll then pollinate your garden. Or if you have silk touch, you can grab the hive or the nest at nighttime when all the bees are inside and then bring that over here, silk touch on an axe, and then bring that over here and drop it on top and you're all set. They'll be locked into that particular beehive or nest. So you can move nests at night if you're using an axe with silk touch on it. Now that's one way to do this, and it's kind of automated and it works out well, but there's a much faster way actually to grow your crops a lot more quickly, and that's to use bone meal. And bone meal is great. And I have some right here, a whole bunch of that actually. So with the bone meal, just to see how this works, right here, right click on these, and there you go. Look how fast that grows with the bone meal. Nothing goes faster than using bone meal on your plants. This is the fastest way to grow your plants. Using the bees, you can walk away and not worry about it, but using bone meal, you can get this done real quickly, even if it's not growing at all like we have over here. Notice that this is an unwatered area. You see how slow they're growing? They're growing much faster over here or over here. But even on an unwatered area, you can use bone meal to come in and grow your plants very quickly. Can come over here to a composter. So you need a composter, and then right-click to toss it in. It'll take a few to fill up, but there's some bone meal. You can even use seeds. Here's some beetroot seeds. Just toss a few of these seeds in here. Plants go faster than seeds do. Now there's one more way you can get a little faster in here, a little better harvest, that is, from your farms. And that's to use a fortune enchantment. And a fortune enchantment on a pickaxe works out just fine. Let's see how that works. And I'll do 2 of those, and what I got was 1 wheat here. So I had 2 before. I actually got 3 wheat off of that, off of those 2 wheats, and I got some seeds on there. Let's now take a look at using the pickaxe here with fortune. I saw 3 seeds there. a whole bunch more seeds that time. And we're still getting the 1 wheat at a time, but we're getting a lot more seeds by using that pickaxe. So it's a great way to come in and grab more seeds at least if you're using Fortune 3 on your pickaxe right there. It works out very well for that. And you don't lose any durability on your pickaxe doing this. Now, one more way of getting a lot more seeds, I mentioned that I would show you this. Let me show you that real fast. And that's using bone meal. One of those great uses for bone meal over here. Go over here to just a barren area. And just click on your grass with your bone meal. And you get flowers and you get grass. If you click on grass, you get tall grass out of it. So you can also make tall grass this way. But it's a great way just to get a lot more seeds. As you can see here, you also get a lot more flowers. And you can use those for dyes. So this is a great way to get dye colors and a great way to get lots and lots of seeds if you need seeds to set up a really large farm area. This is, again, the fastest way. So the best trick here for working with and making a farm is to make your bone meal and use that for growing your plants, for getting more seeds, for getting flowers while you're at it. Let's say you have melons. Let's see what melons do. They're a little bit different. And that's some melon seeds right here and pumpkin seeds right there. I'll put a pumpkin seed right here. So you place them down like that. Now these grow stems, and then they're going to be growing their melons off to the side. Pumpkins or melons off to the side. So you have to have an empty space to the side of your melons. Now, if I came in here and put down a row of melons right here, so I have a row of pumpkins and a row of melons, there's a free space in the middle in there. But if a pumpkin takes that, then a melon can't. So the melon can only go over to this side, or that's whichever is empty. You can use bone meal here to make this grow faster. There we go. These are the melons. Just like that. Let's go over here to the pumpkins. There's our pumpkins. And then once they are in place, once they're ready to grow their fruit, they're going to grow off to the side. You can see right there, there is our melon off to the side. There we are. Now notice you can see right down here that the dirt is no longer farmland, but it doesn't matter. We're not actually planting anything on that, so you can just leave that to go to regular dirt again. That's fine. So they'll grow off to the side. But again, we're a little limited in here. Now, they will grow a little faster if they alternate like this. So if these are all down this one row here, I can easily just come through here and harvest all those in that one row. Go over this side, harvest everything in this row. So having them in rows is very easy when you're harvesting, very, very fast. And that might make it better. But you can, if you wanted to, come in here and put these in diagonally, alternating like that. There we go. So that's pumpkin, melon, pumpkin, and we'll do melon up here. And just do a checkerboard pattern like that. And that might get them to grow faster for you, a little bit faster. But I think because it's more difficult to come in and harvest these things, once you begin having their melons or pumpkins in them, those are going to be, kind of all messed up. It's so much easier to come in and harvest on rows that I think having your pumpkins and your melons set up as rows really is the way to go for these things. Now, don't touch these stalks. They're just going to grow new fruit as you harvest these. There we go. Harvest that. Got a lot out of that one. Got 7. So harvest those, and then these will grow new fruit, again, on these empty spaces. Don't worry about this going back to dirt. That's fine. Now, you also can farm underground. That is possible, but you need to have enough light in there. You have to have the light at least 7 or up. So make sure you have some torches or other way to light up the area. Take some dirt with you, and you can set up farms underground. They work out just fine. They don't have to have any other thing attached to them. All right, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that like button. That really helps out my channel a lot. And I'll see you next time with more Bedrock videos.